Good afternoon, guys, or good morning, good evening, whatever time of the day it is you're watching this. Welcome back to the vlog. It is day 4 of peak week, and I'm also 4 days out from show day. And if you've been following the vlogs, you'll know this is my first natural bodybuilding competition, which I am very excited to get to. I was probably more nervous months ago. Like 3 months ago, I was shitting bricks. But as we get closer and I'm starting to see the hard work paying off, I am more excited than anything to get there, get backstage, meet the other competitors, just experience the weekend and totally absorb every moment of it. I trained push today. It was a really good session, obviously last push day of prep, which you will see shortly after I finish talking and probably boring you. Cardio went down to 30 minutes today, down from 50, which is nice because I've been splitting it 25-25, and knowing I don't have any more cardio to do today is absolutely awesome. I still have some steps to do, but I will do that in the form of digestion walks around my next 3 meals. I also literally just had a delivery of my post-show treats, which obviously had to be the Cookie Dealer UK. I'm not going to open the box now because I don't even want to be able to smell what's in there. I'm going to go straight in the freezer once I finish recording this, which I will pull out Friday. Defrosted for Saturday once I've competed. I had to order 5 because that's the minimum amount on the site, but I'm not going to eat 5 cookies post-show. I've already planned, obviously, as I'm going down with my stepdad. There's a steakhouse / burger joint in Rugby I've been recommended, and I mean, we're probably going to go for a steak tea, so that's not so much a cheat meal. I'm going to keep it probably as clean as I can because I don't want to go overboard, but I am looking forward to 1, maybe 2, 1.5 of these cookies post-show, as I have not had anything sweet in literally months. Well, since February, and even then I don't know if I had anything sweet because obviously I was in an off season, but I was still on plan. And my cheat meal each week while I was in my off season was a burger when I was still working in kitchens. So I couldn't even tell you the last time I ate a cookie. I don't even know if I've had one this year, if I'm honest. So really looking forward to eating them. But out of sight, out of mind. I'll sort them out in a minute. I started, well, obviously I've already trained push, which you'll see shortly, but started writing my list for what I need for show weekend and stuff I'm taking. It's a 3-hour drive from where I live, so just writing stuff down to make sure I don't forget anything. And now that it's all down on paper, and I'm pretty sure there's probably some things I've missed off it, so I'm going to go around this afternoon and double check everything. I mean, it's like I'm going on holiday. I'm going to have to take my air fryer, a frying pan, because the hotel I'm staying in does have a little kitchenette with a hob, a microwave, a fridge, and a couple of other little bits I can't remember, but obviously air fryer is a must. 1 cal spray, salt, obviously. I'm obviously going to cook my rice, chicken, beef, and put them in sandwich bags so I can just portion them up when I'm there, saves me having to cook them. I mean, I'll probably go to a supermarket because I'll need stuff like eggs and milk, blueberries, all that stuff. It just saves me having to carry all that sort of stuff down. Spare sheets for the hotel because obviously I don't want to get tan all over and end up getting charged for it, as 4 days in the hotel is expensive enough. Obviously changes of clothes, etc. A couple of books I'm going to take down while I'm just obviously chilling at the hotel or even backstage, or whenever I'm just need to sort of relax. Obviously I can just start reading a book or listen to a podcast, which is what I usually do. All my supplements and protein powder. I'm not going to take 17 different tubs of supplements. Obviously all my supplements, AM and PM, are going in a pill caddy, which is how I obviously store them here. I always do that every Sunday, prep them up for the week. Stuff like protein powder, creatine, glutamine, all that stuff I'm just going to portion up my daily intake and bag them up, so that's a bit of safe spacing. I'm going to buy some bottled water because I never trust taps when I go to hotels, even in this country where for the most part it probably is safe. I just don't like the thought of drinking water anytime I leave. Sort of, well, obviously I live in the Lake District and we do probably have the best water in the country. So yeah, bottled water, coffee obviously is a must. Probably won't be, I don't know if I'll be allowed a coffee on show day or not, but having some with me for afterwards and the other days I'm there would be great. I have put down I need to hoover the inside of my car, because obviously as I work in construction I do use my car to get to work, and it is like a building site in there at the minute. Well, it's not actually that bad, it just literally needs hoovering out. Obviously stuff like phone charger, my blue light blocking glasses when I'm winding down in the evening, obviously my gratitude journal, which I'm holding in my hand, but I've just used one of the back sheets to write this list, my tripod, backlight and my mic so I can obviously document my entire show weekend, and all my shaker bottles for obviously my protein and getting my hydration shaking and all stuff like that. I know there's other stuff that need to go on that list, but like I said, I'm sat here, I'm just enjoying a black coffee, and I'm going to go through all my cupboards and everything as I am planning. Well, I've just got the hoover out, I'm going to tidy the flat, I'm going to go hoover my car shortly, and while I'm doing that I'm just going to sort of check things off and make sure I've got stuff ready to go. Tomorrow is an exciting one. I've got my first high day of prep, and to put that in perspective, I have been on prep since the end of February. And I've not had a high day yet. We've just been tapering calories down and down since then to have the sort of smoothest prep possible between me and my coach, which has obviously worked up until this point, but it is now time sort of, I'm going to say he's rewarding me with some carbs. I mean, I know that's not the case, but it feels like a reward for all the hard work, but it obviously does have a reason for the next 2 days being high days, and that is to fill my muscles back up with glycogen that I have not had in quite a long time now, as my carbs have been very low. So yeah, excited to see what food he pushes up tomorrow. I mean, it's not going to be anything crazy, it'll just increase what I'm already eating up, probably my rice or my oats or whatever. My carb sources will probably just go up slightly, and then Thursday is a high day, which I'm even more excited for. So yeah, I mean, obviously with tomorrow's and Thursday's vlogs I'll be documenting them. My cardio is going down to 20 minutes on both of them days as well. 7k steps as well, 7+k steps as normal tomorrow, and then down to 4k steps, and I've been told to literally do nothing apart from getting them steps in and going to get an upper body pump on Friday, which I'm going to have to do early doors as I've got a sports therapy massage at 9 AM, so I'll probably do it before that. And then when I get back from that, I will literally get showered, ready and setting off. Was debating just trying to find a gym once I get down there, because obviously I'll have most of the afternoon until I've got a first coat of tan going on at 7:45 at night. So I do have a good few hours when I land up there to find a gym and go and train, but I never want to train after getting a sports therapy massage. So I will probably just relax at the hotel, obviously making sure that I have zero inflammation in me, and obviously I need to do as little walking as possible, so once I do land up there I can just relax, read, watch YouTube, TV, whatever it is, chill with my stepdad, all that good stuff, and just enjoy the day, and obviously get the best night's sleep I can going into show day, which is on Saturday. Which does remind me, I actually had a full night's sleep last night. I ended up falling asleep on the sofa quite early on. I think it was like 10, well, not that early on, it was about 9:30. I fell asleep on the sofa and I sort of woke up thinking it was morning, but I looked at the time, I'd been asleep 5 minutes. Went to bed and I slept all the way through to my alarm at 5 AM, which I haven't done in weeks now. I've been waking up, it's always weird, it's usually about 1 AM I always wake up dying for a piss, and then it's usually about 3:30, and sometimes even like 4 o'clock. So when it does get to that sort of time in the morning, I usually just get up and get to it, because there's no point going back to bed for an hour when I can just get up and be productive. Interesting and exciting few days ahead of me. I keep looking at that cookie box and I need to put it in my freezer, but I want to get this vlog finished first. I don't even know what I was going to talk about in this vlog, to be honest. Well, the main thing I was actually going to talk about was comparing yourself to others, and why you shouldn't do it just for the sake of your mental health. It's something I've done probably for my entire journey in the gym, not obviously all the time, but it's very easy to fall into that trap, especially when you're on Instagram a lot and on YouTube a lot, and obviously try to put your own content out there. You obviously watch a lot of other people's content, and for the 8-9 years that I've trained, I mean, even before I started training, I was watching obviously people at the top of the game, professional bodybuilders. I was watching the Olympia, all that sort of stuff, and you sort of start idolising these people and following them, and it's very easy now that I'm on this journey where, I mean, I always did it when I wasn't serious about lifting, and I just did it for the sake of it, as I really enjoyed it. But you sort of ask yourself, like, why don't I look like this person? I'm putting all this hard work in, blah, blah, blah. I should look like that. But you've just got to be proud and sort of grateful that you are where you are. And the one thing that I have sort of, especially now that I've started doing my own YouTube, all the people I followed on YouTube for the last 10 years, obviously I want my content to be as good as theirs and sort of get the views and all the rest of it, and start making like really cinematic stuff like I've mentioned in other videos. But at the same time, the reason their stuff looks so good is because they've been doing it for the last 10 years. I've been doing this for about 14 months, and 9 of them months I didn't film anything. So in retrospect, I've been doing YouTube for like 5 months, if that. Obviously I started out well, was consistent with it, dropped off, and I just never picked it back up again until I think 5 weeks ago I decided to start vlogging again, and since then I have obviously put out a lot of content, and I've probably put out more content this week alone than I have in my entire YouTube journey. But you just got to sort of put it in perspective, because I'm at the beginning of my journey, and I fully believe in myself, and that I will get to a point in the next 5 years where I'll look back and I'll be like, well, that's it. I stayed consistent. I kept putting the work in, and that's how it works. It won't just happen overnight. You've just got to keep putting the work in consistently, and it will one day pay off, even if it doesn't feel like it. You just try again the next day, and you just keep going until it happens. But also on that, comparing yourselves to others' physiques, I follow a lot of bodybuilders, and a lot of them have been competing the last couple of months and are in prep themselves to compete in, well, the next couple of months. And obviously all of them are in incredible shape. They've done multiple seasons and multiple preps, multiple off seasons, and I haven't done it in quite a long time, to be fair, but it's very easy to look at them and sort of get down when you sort of look at yourself and you go, well, I don't look like that, I'm not going to do well. But it's just something you need to stop doing. I look at these people and I find it motivating, like almost like this is what the level I can get to if I keep working. It doesn't put me off, it doesn't put me down. I mean, there are days obviously when I wake up and I look at myself and I'm like, especially when I've been as flat as I am the last few weeks, but I'm incredibly proud of where I've got to in this journey. On my show day vlog, or maybe even tomorrow's or Thursday's vlog, I will do sort of like a little transformation of where I was when I first got my coach to where I am now. And even in just that time, I look like a completely different person. It's weird because I'm obviously the same height, but just from changing my body composition in my recent pictures, I look about a foot taller. Everything about my physique has just changed for the better. and that's from consistent work, and that's in such a short time, in just a year. So in my mind, I'm thinking, what am I going to look like this time next year when I'm in prepping for probably multiple shows, and then back into an off season, and then the prep the year after in 2 years, and then in 3 years. And instead of getting myself down and comparing myself to these people who've done all this, I'm now thinking, well, when I'm in that position in the next few years, I'll have done it, and that's what's sort of firing me up even more to just stick on the path I'm on and continue smashing it. Because as the quote says, comparison is the thief of joy. If you spend all your time comparing yourself to others and the achievements they've made, you'll just sort of go into that little hole and bury yourself away and not even work on your goals, because you're not there right now, it'll stop you from even trying. And if you don't try, you're never going to succeed at it. So it's just a negative feedback loop, and it's just not going to get you anywhere. I've seen some people who have put YouTube videos out who've sort of said the same sort of gist, where they've had to unfollow all the people they follow just to get that out of their head. That is not something I'm doing. Like I said, I'm using it as motivation and education. I've learned most of what I know from watching these people on YouTube, and it's how, instead of, well, when I first started out in the gym, I was just constantly watching YouTube. I'd watch every little bit of information I could get. Obviously, as with probably most people, and if you agree, drop something in the comments, but we all started off on the Get Abs in 5 minutes videos on YouTube, and I think that's most people's introductions to fitness and sort of trying to better yourself, these videos. And then I moved on to watching people like Athlete X, who was probably one of the first science-based guys in the field. I don't even know if he still makes videos. I learned a lot from him about, obviously, anatomy and the way your muscles work in different exercises, which helped a lot, and definitely gave me a lot of knowledge from the get-go. And then, obviously, going down the line, I started following more and more bodybuilders, and that's when I realised this is what I wanted to do. Even very early on in my journey, I knew this was something that if I kept working towards, I would eventually get there. Moral of the story, guys, just keep whatever goal you have in mind, not even fitness, bodybuilding, but I'd imagine if you're not into fitness or bodybuilding, you probably won't be watching this, so it won't apply. Just, if you have goals, or if you're trying to set goals, write them down. Set yourself like a 5-year plan, a year plan, 6-month plan, month plan, even something you want to achieve by next week, and do everything you can to complete that goal. It doesn't have to be big goals to begin with. Like, obviously my goal is to become a professional natural bodybuilder, but that is one of my 2 to 5 year goals. That's like one of my bigger goals. But my goals for the week, for the month, is stay consistent, stick to the plan, keep doing all the things I know are good for me, ignore the things that I know that are bad for me. And like I said in my video yesterday, anything that isn't bodybuilding related or self-improvement related, or anything that's going to stop me from achieving my goals, I'm just not interested in anymore. I only plan to surround myself with things that are going to benefit me in my future. And I know it's hard when you start going against the grain and start working on something yourself, when other people, you don't have that support at the start, because it's your goal, not other people's, so you don't have anyone cheering you on. I mean, obviously you'll have some friends that are like, yeah, good for you, whatever, but you've got to be your biggest supporter. You've got to believe in yourself, you've got to believe in your journey, and you've got to believe that you can get there. Otherwise, you just won't. Just had an absolute prep brain moment where I had to pause the camera because I just found myself staring at the camera again. Like, literally, I just feel brain dead, which is weird because I actually feel the best I've probably felt all peak week today. Like, energy wise, I actually feel pretty good, but I am just brain dead. So I'm going to stop waffling on there because I have been talking for 21 minutes now and most of you have probably tuned out. So yeah, enjoy my training footage. It's just my push day from this morning. I trained like I'd normally train, not to complete failure, but obviously to failure. Got all the sets I needed to do, just enjoyed the session and tried to get the best pump I could, which is near impossible on 160 grams of carbs a day. But I'm excited to record my pull session tomorrow after a high day. I'm obviously usually training in the mornings this week, but with the high day going in and depending on what foods I do get an increase in, I might do an afternoon session just to get a couple of meals in me so I do get a better pump and utilise my carbs more effectively. And yeah, so watch out for tomorrow's video. I'm sort of in between wanting to do things this afternoon and I thought I'd best get this vlog filmed now, because if I start doing my jobs like my hoovering and tidying up and all the rest of it, by the time I've done all that I'll probably be wiped out and end up not filming. So yeah, just hope you've enjoyed it, guys. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like the video, comment if you've enjoyed it, or like I said yesterday, if you haven't enjoyed it, just any feedback's good feedback. I mean, obviously these vlogs are very basic, it's just me rattling on with a bit of training, and they're not all going to be like this. The next 2 days are going to be far more interesting because I'm going to actually have some energy and I'll be a bit more lively instead of just sitting here droning away. And then obviously the big show day weekend vlog's going to be out. Probably won't be out on the weekend because I'll be filming a load of bits and then have to edit it when I'm back. I am off work Monday. I'm not going back till Tuesday, but whether or not I will get it all edited in one day, I'm not 100% sure. So it could be like midweek next week when that comes out, but I will spend a lot of time on it and make sure it is an absolutely insane watch. So I look forward to that one, guys. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in tomorrow's vlog.